Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Miami as the road to WrestleMania continues. Live from FTX Arena, we kick it off with the World Heavyweight Champion, Tyson Matthews. So here comes Tyson Matthews, making his first appearance since December back at Holiday Havoc.
The following contest
Holding that World Heavyweight Championship ever since SummerSlam, successfully cashing in his weekend against AJ Andrews. And it's looking like this man will be walking into WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion. And oh, wait a minute! Here comes the Royal Rumble winner, Leon Matota, attacking the World Heavyweight Champion, Tyson Matthews. And ever since last week, ever since the Royal Rumble, we've been awaiting the WrestleMania decision on Leon Matota regarding who he's going to choose to face the WrestleMania between Tyson Matthews and Eric Cassidy. Ladies and gentlemen, we may have our answer. Tyson Matthews fighting back here against Leon Matota, stomping away on the Royal Rumble winner. And there's a jawbreaker by Matota. Matota has Matthews just tossing him down the ramp. Matota and Matthews going at it. But now Tyson Matthews caught him with a clothesline. Leon Matota may have made his WrestleMania decision as the world champion and the Royal Rumble winner continue to go at it here. Matthews heading down towards the ring. We might have a brawl in our hands inside the ring here. Tyson Matthews may have been a trap. Plants Leon Matota. And to kick it all off, here comes the boss, Ryan Legacy. The bruiser's so loud, he can't even get a word out. And wait just a minute. No way. It can't be. Ladies and gentlemen, the longest reigning RWE champion in history is back as Elijah Morgan and Ryan Legacy come face to face once again. And Legacy, he's gonna come out of here, but Elijah Morgan says you're not going anywhere. Elijah Morgan with a kidney clutch locked in on Ryan Legacy. Ryan Legacy's got nowhere to go. Legacy's nowhere to go. He's tapping out. And Elijah Morgan may have just knocked out the boss. What a way to kick off the return of RWE. Elijah Morgan lays out the boss and exiting in style through the RWE universe. Elijah Morgan leaves Ryan Legacy laid out flat in the center of the ring. Legacy may need some help to get out of here. I don't even know if Legacy can stand on his own accord. We have a ref calling for doctors to help get Ryan Legacy to exit the ring. Legacy can barely even stand up on his own. Fatal four-way action with the winner advancing to take on the winner of last week's Fatal four-way, Maria Wilson, for an opportunity at a future women's championship opportunity against Heather Ray. And here comes the debuting Alexia Stars, making her first WWE appearance, and what an opportunity she has. She could potentially, in the next few weeks, find herself as the RWE Women's Champion. She can potentially knock off Heather Ray for the title, but of course, before doing that, she'd have to win the Fatal 4-Way and beat Maria Wilson next week. Or that'll really be 2 weeks. All depends on what management says, but the next participant in this matchup, Dixon Knight, of course.
From Miami, Florida, Dixon Knight.
Only her second match here in RW. Of course, she was part of the ladder match at Holiday Havoc, in which Allison ended up winning, giving herself a championship opportunity anytime, any place she chooses. But Dixon Knight potentially has another opportunity at the Women's Championship. And I don't believe her and Heather Ray have ever met in a ring. So this could be a first, but ladies and gentlemen, she's back. Former Women's Tag Team Champion Jade, one half of the longest reigning Women's Tag Team Champions.
And from Brooklyn, New York, Jade.
And you know, last year at this time, she was absolutely making history here in RW, but she looks to win her second title here in RW, her first singles title, in fact. And she's never stepped foot in the ring with Heather Ray, here in RWE at least. As a matter of fact, neither of these women in this match have. But Maria Wilson has, who potentially may be next in line for an opportunity if she can knock off the winner of this matchup. But here comes Selena Albright.
And from Newcastle upon Tyne, England, the professional Selena Albright.
So Selena Albright with a huge opportunity for herself here tonight. Selena Albright's one of the women who's really fallen under the radar in this division. You know, hasn't been given as many opportunities as, you know, Jay has had, or last year. Many opportunities, women like, you know, Angela Riley and Heather Ray, Casey Rodriguez, Jessica Jade. So Selena Albright. Looks to cash in on possibly the biggest opportunity in her RW career. And of course, last year around this time, back in March, she participated in a fatal 4-way match for the vacant women's championship that Jessica Jade ended up winning back. So, and you know, we know how close Selena Albright was to winning that match before Jessica Jade was able to pull it out. That's Selena Albright just plants Dixon Knight there. This is our first action of the night. We saw Leon Matilda, you know, attacking World Heavyweight Champion Tyson Matthews. Those two brawled it out to kick off the show, and you gotta wonder, has Leon Matilda made a decision, or is he just trying to make a statement? You know, you never know. Oh! And we know Leon Matilda will take on, or will defend his championship against Jason Ramirez. At Rush Hour next month in February. Oh! And Selena Albright up to the top rope, not gonna jump in. If Leon Matilda did in fact choose Tyson Matthews and not mean the winner of the Elimination Chamber match at Rush Hour, we're going to face Eric Cassidy for the RWE Championship at WrestleMania. Of course, if it was vice versa, then the winner of the Elimination Chamber match would go on to face Tyson Matthews. But in the Elimination Chamber match, coming up in February, we have Joseph Chaos and Max, Jacob Helms, United States Champion Bishop, former World Champion Caleb Barnes, and another former World Champion and last year's Royal winner, AJ Andrews. So some of those guys trying to regain the World Championship, others trying to have their first opportunity, this being on the grandest stage of them all. Of course, the end of an era at WrestleMania 24 is Alexia Stars, original applied on Jade. Will she tap out? Vixen Knight couldn't quite break it up there. She does. Now as Alexia Stars is forced to release the hold. You already know WrestleMania, Brian Hunter, of course, taking on Henry Storm in a street fight. What a match that's gonna be. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, that's a rivalry that's been brewing ever since December at Holiday Havoc. And those two have still been going at it. Henry Storm will be in action in our main event tonight against RV Tag Team Champion Chris Daniels. And speaking of Chris Daniels, his tag team partner Damien Rush is the kick by Jade. Jade takes down Selena Albright and broken up immediately by Alexia. Wow. Oh, and a step up into Gary by Alexia Stars. And nonetheless, as I was saying, Sean Rush. Oh, and there's an instant Albright. Sean Rush takes on Jaden Sparks, the partner of Butter Slug. Up next, and Jaden Sparks would win that tag team, or would win that match. He would earn a tag team championship match for him and Butter Slug down the road. So a match with tag team championship implications. And Jaden Sparks would get the job done, as Butter Slug did knock off Chris Daniels in pretty convincing fashion last week on RWE, the return episode. And Selena Albright has Vixen Knight here. She could be out. Down she goes, Crucifix Powerbomb. 1, 2, and a kick out. And Albright taking Alexia Stars out of the equation momentarily. Jade went for a kick. Vixen Knight reversed. And out goes Albright on the outside of the ring. Now back in. Has a baseball bat. Down goes Vixen Knight. Anything's legal. Fatal 4-way rules. And Jade with the RKO. Jade with the cutter. Will it be enough to advance? 1 and a kick out. Broken up by Alexia Stars, I mean. Broken up by Alexia Stars, and down goes Jade. Selena Albright kips up. And broken up immediately there again by Selena Albright. Vixen Knight back up to her feet. Selena Albright taken down. Takes down Alexia Stars, as to say. Alexia Stars taken down by Selena Albright. Is Knight gonna bring in the tables here? Clothesline. And Jade stopping Selena Albright. Dead in their tracks, and there's a knee to the former women's tag team champion. Down goes Vixen Knight, courtesy of Selena Albright. Albright, of course, made her WrestleMania debut last year, unfortunately coming up short. But she knows how it feels to perform under the bright lights, and maybe she could, become women's champion at WrestleMania. But she'll have to win this fatal 4-way match first. There's a bulldog there. And Jade raking the eyes. There's the kick once again. And now has the legs of Selena Albright. Uh-oh. Oh! Shoulders down, hook of the leg on Albright. 1, 2 to advance and a kick out. Oh! A maneuver there by Vixen Knight. Will it be enough to advance potentially? Or she'll go for the cover here. Stars has Jade up. Oh! And a face buster. And Jade is cornered here. Stars has her up, takes her down. And broken up. Oh! There's a drop kick by Stars. And this will be a good time to capitalize. Stars, I mean, she's new to the company, but I mean, this is the time you gotta take advantage. I understand, you know, you're inexperienced, but you gotta take advantage here where you can. Vixen Knight with the cutter there. 1, 2, and a kick out before it's broken up by Selena Albright. Albright now going for the pin on Alexia Stars. Or going for a big maneuver here. There's a super kick to Jade. Crucifix powerbomb to Alexia Stars. Albright on the cover, but broken up immediately by oh! Vixen Knight. There's the face buster. Not gonna go for the pin. Selena Albright caught her with a jawbreaker. Now takes down Selena Albright. Oh! And now reversal there, sidestepping. Oh! These two just trying anything. I don't know if that was a spear. If so, didn't get all of it there. Alexia Stars sidesteps. Tosses Vixen Knight to the corner. Oh! And now Vixen Knight moving out of harm's way. Jade now. Reversal. Into a, what is this? Submission hold applied. Will she tap out? And she finds a way out. Face buster to Jade. 1, 2, and no, Vixen Knight got her. What a win for Vixen Knight. And she'll be the one to advance to take on Maria Wilson with a women's championship opportunity on the line at stake against Heather Ray.
Here is your winner, Vixen Knight.
Congratulations to Vixen Knight as RWE continues. To WrestleMania.
I saw you dancing in a crowded room. You look so happy when I'm not with you. But then you saw me, caught you by surprise. A single teardrop falling from your eye. I don't know why I run away. I'll make you cry.
Semi-main event time here on RWE. As we got some action from the tag team division. And here comes one half of the RWE Tag Team Champions, Sean Rush. And high stakes in this matchup as if Jayden Sparks gets the win. He earns a tag team championship opportunity against Rush and Blessed. And if you're Rush and Blessed based off of Chris Daniels' performance last week, I mean, it's butter slug. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, he did what he could, but I mean, that's not really something you would want to have to go toe-to-toe with butter slug. and his partner Jaden Sparks, who's very talented with the titles on the line. I mean, that's just not something you would want. So Sean Rush, if I'm Sean Rush, I'm doing anything in my power to make sure I do not have to defend the titles against Slug and Sparks.
Tag, hit him where it hurt, make it work, I'ma make it, nigga, I do dirt, I'ma murk, put him in the earth, pay me for the verse, put him in the hearse, gotta finish first, my yo, my purse, protect me from my purse, hey, yo.
Just put it work, spin with a purse, wanna be the first, how much is you worth, sell you to a merch, I don't wanna flirt, all your feelings hurt, chop, slide, all in the, how you doing, love, let's go make a movie, why you looking good, when you just Gucci, let a chicken, writing on you. Riding around with sinners, flying on the nimbus, spotting, slipping, roll down the window, yeah, low-key scheming, leave his mama screaming, yeah, curse these demons, Lord, curse these demons, lit.
And here comes Jaden Sparks.
And his opponent from Dallas, Texas, weighing in at 215 pounds, showstopper Jaden Sparks.
So Jaden Sparks understands, at least that'll help, the stakes in this matchup. Earning a tag team championship opportunity for your team. You've only been in the company for a few months. That is absolutely huge to make a statement. And then I'm sure there's nothing those two would like more than to run this tag team division. So here we go. There should be absolute fireworks as this match is underway. Jaden Sparks immediately with a knee straight to the face of one half of the tag team champions. And again! And this is not a good sign if you're Sean Rush right now. And kick out at one. And you know, Jaden Sparks, you know, a lot of people talk about Butter Slug, how he was the powerhouse of the group, how he was just so good, so dominant, but you know, I think him and, you know, his partner Jaden Sparks complement each other pretty well, you know. Jaden Sparks is, you know, really the athlete of the group. You know, as athletic as Butter Slug is, don't get me wrong, he's extremely athletic for his size, but I mean, these two bring, you know, two completely different things to the table, and that's what makes them so good. You can see the quickness of these two, the agility. And you know, Rush and Bless, don't get me wrong, they're a phenomenal tag team. They're as talented as they come. You know, you have two guys who are on the same skill set. They complement each other pretty well as well. But I mean, with all things considered, I mean, based off what happened last week, you know, with the size of Butter Slug, do they match up well with Slug and Sparks? And that's really the big concern here. You know, if Sean Rush loses this match, I mean, we may see, you know, those two be tag team champions for a very, very long time. And you know, even after April, I'll be long gone. But I mean, so I won't be there to see it. But I mean, I feel like those two could absolutely dominate the tag team division for a very, very long time. Once an era ends, a new one begins, and we could be seeing the era of Slug and Sparks in a near fall for the one half of the tag team champions there. And there's the cutter by Jaden Sparks. Will it be enough? We saw the Survivor Series 2 and a kick out. Nearly got him, but Sean Rush takes down Jaden Sparks. One and a kick out. And Sean Rush, forearm, another forearm, sling blade. And there's a stunner. Shoulders down, hook of the leg. 1, 2, and a kick out. Sean Rush is trying to do anything he can to make sure that these two don't have to come face to face with Butter Slug and Jaden Sparks. And Sean Rush, I mean, he's great, but I mean, you're struggling against Jaden Sparks. I mean, I'm not taking absolutely nothing away from Jaden Sparks, but Jaden Sparks is already a handful enough, for anyone. But to add Butter Slug on top of that, your tag team titles could be in jeopardy if you lose this match, and he knows that. Rush just trying anything. And and there's the Pele kick, trying to follow it up here. Sean Rush, no, Jaden Sparks with a reversal now. And what's this? Sean Rush could be out. Huge opportunity for Sparks here. 1, 2, 3. Jaden Sparks earns a tag team title opportunity for him and Butter Slug. Wow. What a fight from those two. And you could just see in the match, I mean, how much Sean Rush did not want this to happen. But that is huge. If you're the tag team champions in the road to WrestleMania, the last thing you can afford to do is lose momentum. Congratulations to Jaden Sparks. He earns a huge opportunity ahead of him for Slug and Sparks. And wait a minute! Brian Hunter attacking Sean Rush with that sledgehammer. Brian Hunter did say Sean Rush was gonna get his. And we may finally be seeing Brian Hunter's revenge. If you remember, last Saturday at the Royal Rumble, Sean Rush was the one who assisted Henry Storm in eliminating Brian Hunter. Brian Hunter out for revenge here tonight. The chop block there. Hunter now. What's this? Package pile driver. And now, what a cutter on the outside of the ring, right on the concrete. Brian Hunter gets his revenge on Sean Rush as RWE continues. The road to WrestleMania continues as Vixen Knight takes on Maria Wilson, with the winner earning a Women's Championship match against Heather Ray. And ahead of Rush Hour, Brian Hunter will have to coexist with his WrestleMania opponent Henry Storm to take on the RWE Tag Team Champions Rush and Bless. Because at Rush Hour, Brian Hunter goes one-on-one against Sean Rush in his first singles match back here in RWE. Also at Rush Hour, we now know Joseph Chaos, Mack, Jacob Helms, Bishop, Caleb Barnes, and AJ Andrews will be fighting an opportunity inside the Elimination Chamber, with the winner facing Eric Cassidy at WrestleMania. And also, breaking news from earlier tonight, we now know Leon Matoda has chosen Tyson Matthews to face at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. Also, Tag Team Championship on the line. Slug and Sparks takes on Russian Blessed. This match is going to be absolute fireworks. This is now main event time here on RWE. It is main event time here on RWE, and here comes one half of the RWE Tag Team Champions, Chris Daniels.
Making his way to the ring from Baltimore, Maryland, weighing in at 130 pounds, one half of the Tag Team, Chris Daniels.
And we just got a whole lot of information on how the road to WrestleMania is going to play out. First, we just heard that Tyson Matthews will defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Leon Matoda at WrestleMania 24. Also, Russian Blessed will defend the RWE Tag Team Championship against Slug and Sparks. But first, on the final stop on the road to WrestleMania, Rush Hour, Sean Rush takes on Brian Hunter. And next week, Henry Storm and Brian Hunter team on to take on the RWE Tag Team Champions, Russian Blessed. The question is, can they coexist at WrestleMania? And is Brian Hunter still looking to get his hands on Sean Rush? I mean, clearly what has happened wasn't enough for him, but here comes former world champion Henry Storm. And Storm, I mean, this is the guy that knows what it feels like to be in the WrestleMania spotlight. He was in the main event of WrestleMania last year with Roman Warner, AJ Andrews. He knows what it feels like. Brian Hunter, of course, last year was his first WrestleMania here in RWE along with Henry Storm. But he came up short in the RWE Heavyweight, but RWE Championship match against Elijah Morgan to kick off the show. So the question is, who picks up the momentum on the road to WrestleMania? And Henry Storm, I mean, this is the guy who just absolutely needs his win. I mean, yeah, he, wasn't wrestling for the better part of last year, but I mean, this guy hasn't won a match since last March. In almost a year. And you're up against one half the RWE Tag Team Champions. I mean, this is just going to be another tough matches for Henry Storm. And, if you want to beat Brian Hunter at WrestleMania, I mean, this is a start. And Henry Storm going to take a cheap shot at Chris Daniels, and he takes out the ref along with him with a drop kick. And Henry Storm taking early control of this matchup as Chris Daniels with a reversal and takes down Storm. And if you're Henry Storm, you need this victory. But if you're Chris Daniels, you need this victory as well. I mean, coming up short of Butterslug last week, a winner over a former world champion, Henry Storm, even though he doesn't have a lot of momentum, this will be a huge, huge win for him. And Henry Storm, I mean, guys, I mean, being real, if he can't get a win on the road to WrestleMania, I mean, how could he beat someone as good as Brian Hunter, at WrestleMania? Brian Hunter was, when he was in action for the better part of last year, he was on a winning streak. He's a former, international champion. Or I guess you call it Intercontinental champion back around that time, towards the end of 2020, but I don't know, guys. I don't know if Henry Storm really stands a chance against Brian Hunter if he can't get a win here in RWE. He hasn't won the match in nearly a year. I mean, Henry Storm, he'll put up a fight, like, SummerSlam, like Holiday at Havoc, but I mean, maybe Brian Hunter was right when he said, Henry Storm didn't have what it takes anymore. He's not the same Henry Storm, and I think we knew that. He just hasn't been the same ever since WrestleMania. This isn't that same Henry Storm we saw. This is the same Henry Storm we saw at the beginning of 2020. The former United States champion, the former world champion, the man that held multiple titles at once. Before turning on AJ Andrews, the Clash of Champions. I mean, Storm's got to get something going here and get some momentum for the road to WrestleMania if he wants a chance of being Brian Hunter. Brian Hunter, I believe, had at least 7, 8 matches, you know, before finally being defeated. And there's a spear by Daniels. 1, 2, and a kick out. And it's just been heartbreaking loss after heartbreaking loss for Henry Storm. And I mean, I don't know if there's much this guy can do. I mean, I started wondering, you know, maybe it was best for Henry Storm to stay in retirement. And you know, maybe, you know, I was just wondering, you know, how much this guy really has left in the tank. Oh! Daniels will take down the Storm there. And now shoulders down once again on Storm. 1, and kick out. Grace Daniels has done a great job of, you know, not giving Henry Storm any time to rest. And Storm teetering against the ropes. Daniels gonna take advantage, gonna fly here. Daniels, down goes Storm. Over the top rope, and this match has been all Chris Daniels. Oh, and there's a knee. And Daniels, I mean, you know he's angry after taking that loss to Butterslug last week, but didn't expect him to just completely come out here and dominate. Went for the frog splash. Storm able to get the knees up as we'll be taking the wind out of Chris Daniels. When that happens, I don't even know if Chris Daniels can breathe right now. Storm now looking to build on that, looking to build some momentum here. He's in control of the matchup here. Storm now has Chris Daniels. There's a springboard stunner. 1, 2, no! Near fall for Storm there. And I can't tell you how many times Henry Storm has just come so close to being victorious in the last few months and just hasn't been able to do it. Much like SummerSlam against Ryan Legacy, who's not here tonight after last week's vicious attack by Elijah Morgan. And Storm once again taken down. One, 2, 3, and Chris Daniels gets the win over Henry Storm. Chris Daniels dominated from start to finish.
Creeping on my line, got my main upset and left behind. Need at least 2 at a time. Moved to 4 and took it over, lost my mind. Instigators, I don't trust these two-faced and lame man. Gang bang for fame, fake. I ain't never seen squad with you. I don't need a
big win for Chris Daniels to get back on track, and maybe it's time for Henry Storm to listen to what Brian Hunter was saying.
Hold on, roll down the window.
Here is your winner, Chris Daniels.
When we come back to Miami for Artery next week, it's gonna be Brian Hunter and Henry Storm teaming up to take on Artery Tag Team Champions Chris Daniels and Sean Rush. Question is, can Henry Storm get back on track? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week.